Forgive me, children. Overgrown. I... Well, we must go. Why? What? Ahh Miya-charoo.
Greetings, my fellow Tarnished, and welcome back to my channel. Dreg here. This is episode 6 of Elden Ring Aragath's Journey. If you're new here, you deserve another bow. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking out my channel. But if you're one of those people who regularly visit my channel and watch my video, you know who you are. You deserve another bow. Alright, so as everybody, I'm busy with Shadow of the Earth Tree. It's amazing. Oh my god. From's DLCs are one of the best DLCs of games generally. I mean, I don't care. Yes, I'm biased. I'm a From fanboy. Keep all that aside, but they release one of the best DLCs, and this is no different right from the get-go. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't started it, so I'm not going to mention it. Obviously, you saw me play before this video, and I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds because I'm doing the blind playthrough for Shadow of the Earth Tree and going through the lore. I have no idea about many things that's happening. It's obviously centered around Miquella Messmer's story. I haven't really reached anywhere there. And I get to play the base game with Aragath's journey. And I'm trying to find a way to tie these two up together. So Aragath kind of tying together to the Shadow of the Earth Tree story. I can only do that if I finish the base game and know what is coming so that I can kind of create a lore. Because I don't think I can create a lore on the go. And I wouldn't enjoy it because I really want to enjoy it for myself. Like, Dreg wants to enjoy the game first, and then we'll take Aragath into Shadow of the Earth Tree. Right, so coming back to Aragath's journey, well, he just woke up from a nightmare, poor man. The memories of whatever happened before his death, before he fell to the blade of Melodigne. The story that I'm going with is him and his party were traveling towards Redmane Castle to kind of join ranks of Radahn. Leaving the mercenary life aside, kind of not really disowning Golden Order, but then the word got around that this group was kind of killing people afflicted with rot. Melodigne did not like that one bit because that's not their fault, and she kind of took it personally because it's through her the rot is spreading. So she found us, killed everybody, and that's kind of the memory that that's haunting him. I don't know why Aragath wants to find Melodigne right now, because I haven't really gone that far in the story. We'll see as we play through the game how it goes. It took 5 episodes to kill Godric. In hindsight, I find that a little too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the videos even further. I'll keep the relevant parts and kind of trim it heavily here and there. It might feel like a big jump when he's in some place and then he's already in elsewhere. But hey, that's the nature of the way it's going, right? Otherwise, I'll have to do it live, which I'm not ready for it yet. Episode 6 is going to be about Aragath traveling to Lake of Luiurnia, exploring the place, discovering the NPCs over there, and then going to Academy of Rhea Lucaria and eventually meeting Rennala. Alright, enough talks and preamble. Let's get into the game. Aragath needs to go to Roundtable Hold. We'll do all that and take to Lake of Luiurnia right after. And then Dreg can't wait to get back into Shadow of the Earth Tree. Cool, let's go. I'm in Aragath's favorite place, Dragon Communion Shrine. Haven't really gone forward. Let's visit the Roundtable Hold because that's something I haven't done after defeating Godric. Aragath kind of visits Roundtable Hold very sparingly. The main reason being he doesn't really like the place and he's really not fond of Gideon Ofnir. Alright then, let's go to Roundtable Hold. He's already sullen at the thought of coming to Roundtable Hold, but well, it is what it is. Aragath, no. Oh, I can give him a prayer book. Which prayer book is this? Like, is there anyone else that I can give the prayer book to? I don't think so. I don't remember, but let's see what he says.
That is a work of heresy.
Oh.
Its incantations bear no lineage from the Erd Tree. Very well. I'll take it off your hands.
It's weird that he says it because he is wearing the prophet attire with the wheel on his neck. So it makes no sense to me that he says it's an heresy because he himself has committed heresy by viewing the flame of whatever that is. What is that? This one, right? The flames basically originating. Let's see, what does it say here? So yeah, the flame of ruin. As it says here, the flame of ruin is anathema to the Earth Tree. So I don't get why he's so worried about studying the gods and apostles. Now, it could be that because these visions come to them involuntarily, so it's not like he sought for it, and he still has his devotion to Golden Order, which we can know from the Goldmask story. So yeah, he's a Golden Order fundamentalist in some way. Alright, let's talk to Rodriga. We do have a few things for her. One is the thing what Master Hugh told us, and then we found the brooch from the chrysalids, or the dead body.
A pleasure to see you. Thank goodness you're safe. I'm still looking for my own purpose. It's not easy by any means, but it's what I must do.
Right, we're gonna tell her what the blacksmith said.
You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us tarnished.
Can't blame
I
him.
know he's trapped here at the Roundtable Hold, so I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all. If I do have a talent for spirit tuning, I suppose I should try. I'll ask Master Hugh.
Oh, so I can't give the brooch to her for some reason. Alright, so the door to the inner chamber opens up, and Aragath makes his way up. And again, he's already seen it. He's already seen a dead two-finger lying like a lump of wood, but this one is alive. So he's kind of hesitant, and he's going to get rid of his cowl and walk in to greet the two-finger, heart fluttering. He's seen these things before. Well, I'm calling it things because even I don't know what they are, to be honest, outside, but Aragath also doesn't know what they are. He's already seen one on the bridge, then he's seen one inside the Roundtable Hold selling stuff. So he's just calling them finger-reading crones, which is what they're called, I guess. But he's going to go towards her and talk.
Are you that new tarnished?
Aragath
You've
nods.
done well. I am Enya the Finger Reader. I interpret the words of the fingers. Look there. The fingers tremble to welcome you, Shardbearer. Let their wisdom wash over you. Great Elden Ring, root of the Golden Order, anchor of all lands, giver of grace, wellspring of all joy. Until it was shattered, the tragic corruption of the Order has taken its toll. Across the realm, life lies in ruin, fallen to pieces.
Which he knows.
Foul curses and misery spread, unabating. But the greater will has not abandoned the realm, nor the life that inhabits it. So it is that the tarnished are guided by grace, called to act. Brave tarnished, Your great rune is a handsome shard of the Elden Ring. Seek another of its kind to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order. Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Well, to be honest, all these things make so much more sense now that I know the lore compared to when I played it the first time. Aragath just notes to everything. He's just looking back and forth at the crone and at the fingers that is alive, seeing it for the first time. But like the earth tree, he notices the finger is also kind of dying in many ways. He doesn't know whether it's the effect of shattering, now that he knows the Elden Ring has been shattered. By whom, he doesn't know. He assumes it's by Queen Marika. And yeah, go from there. He has more questions, but since he's taken a vow of silence, he's not going to ask any. Just continue listening to the crone.
Well, I see. A remembrance of gold has found its way into your possession. Demigods and even the crater of the champions are hewn by the earth tree upon their end into remembrances. They are valuable indeed. These remembrances yet house the power of their former masters. And should you wish to wield that same power, well, I will lend you the strength of the fingers. Do not recoil from my offer. The fingers guide us all. And you, Tarnished, you are here to take, are you not? Great runes are the stuff of demigods, the children of the goddess Queen Marika, she who is vessel of the Elden Ring. Tainted by the strength of their runes, her children warred, but none could become Elden Lord. And so grace was extended to your kind, the Tarnished. Listen, the fingers speak. The greater will has long renounced the demigods. Tarnished, show no mercy. Have their heads. Take all they have left. Indeed. But remember one thing. The demigods are each and all the direct offspring of Queen Marika. Godric the Grafted was but a distant relation, the runt of the litter. His divine blood sorely diluted.
Well, I think that answers the question which I had in mind, is how are the demigods staying dead when the destined death is kind of sealed away by Malekith? It looks like the greater will kind of removed the grace from them, but even that couldn't really kill them, so I'm not really sure how they're staying there other than obvious gameplay reasons. But it would have been cool, like Sekiro, if we could have the boss fight again and again. So because in Sekiro you could do that when you sit in the Buddha statue, so that is not there in this, so that means the demigods are dead. And let's go with the story that it's because they don't have grace anymore, and that's the reason they're dying. So that answers the question, and Aragath is now in the thick and thin of everything. So he's going to go with this Elden Road thing. He's taking it very seriously now. He's considering it like he's reached here. These are places that a commoner and a nobody like him would never reach, and he's already here, talking to the finger, talking to the crone, and the finger answering him directly. So he's feeling a little more important right now, from a nobody to a path ahead, not just meeting Melodigne, but everything else. Just speaking to the finger maiden, after speaking to the finger crone, the finger reader, Aragath is just looking at this disheveled decaying thing that calls itself Two Finger. And it's not like he finds it repulsive or weird, because this is what they worship. This is part of his world and life. This is what he knows. So he doesn't find it repulsive at all. Now to talk to Gideon. He goes to meet Gideon with much reluctance.
You've received the wisdom of the Two Fingers, have you not? Then, just as promised, I bid you welcome. As a true member of the Round Table, I am known as Gideon Ofnir. As a tarnished who wishes to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord, I am accumulating knowledge. To be all-knowing. You now belong to a select group of fellows. As such, I ask that you remain constant.
Aragath doesn't nod, doesn't respond, he just stands there and continues.
You'll be after more great runes now, eh? Then as your fellow, allow me to divulge a little knowledge. The inheritors of the great runes, the Shard Bearers. We of the Round Table know the location of 5 of them, including the one you defeated. Godric the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. General Radahn, who fought Melodigne and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds. Praetor Rykard, Lord of the Volcano Manor of Mount Gelmir. Morgott the Grace-Given, Veiled Monarch and Lord of Leyndell. And Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, ruler of Rhea Lucaria's Academy. You'll still be after more great runes, won't you?
Imagine we have the pictures of all of them on the table, and Aragath points them one by one at Gideon. He points at Godric.
So, Godric the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. Despite being the blood of Godfrey, first Elden Lord, he's a grotesque old fool grasping for power. His castle lies upon the cliff to Limgrave's northwest, but I suspect you know that well enough already.
So I can't listen to this dialogue without having the Bloodborne music play in my head because of the video that I did, which is the most viewed video on my channel. That's with the Bloodborne's music and Gideon saying these dialogue. So this is for Aragath, so ignore all that. And he looks at Radahn's portrait next. There's a bit of sadness in him because he was going to join the rank of Radahn's army, become one of the soldiers, but things happened and here he is. Now he has to fight General Radahn and claim the rune. So he points at General Radahn next.
General Radahn, the famed Red Lion and Scourge of the Stars, is a ferocious warrior. He fought Melodigne and her rot to a standstill.
At the mention of Melodigne and Radahn's war, Aragath kind of jumps back, startled. Like he didn't know any of this, so this kind of caught him off guard. And Gideon obviously notices it.
What ails you? Your visage is pale, as if you beheld a spectre.
Aragath shakes his head, saying he's alright, and asks and gestures Gideon to continue.
So, I've heard survivors of Radahn's army are still in the wilds, staving off the rot with fire. And if it's true, I suspect Radahn is still there as well, in Caelid. Though, I doubt he much resembles his former self anymore.
Alright, next he looks at the portrait of a person that he has never seen, heard of before, and he just points a finger and looks at Gideon with a curious eye.
Praetor Rykard is the lord of the Volcano Manor on Mount Gelmir. He is a ruthless justiciar who commands a company of inquisitors, reviled for his serpentine demeanor. The volcano, Mount Gelmir, lies in the west of the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. It was the stage of the most appalling battle in the entirety of the Shattering. Rykard has committed the grave sin of blasphemy, marking himself as an enemy never to be forgiven.
Aragath just nods, and then he points at a picture of a crown. There is no image of the person, just the crown.
Morgott the Grace-Given is Lord of Leyndell, the capital city. It lies at the foot of the Erd Tree, in the east of the Altus Plateau. But the Two Fingers forbid us from venturing there until we've acquired enough great runes to repair the Elden Ring. Set your sights elsewhere for the time being. The Veiled Monarch can wait.
Then asks about Rennala.
The Academy of Rhea Lucaria lies to Limgrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia. Rennala is queen of the Carian royals, who govern the Academy. But Rennala herself is no demigod. Her beloved Radahn left her to become Queen Marika's second husband, taking the title of King Consort. The Great Rune dwells within the Amber Egg that was Radagon's gift to her.
So all this news that he got about Rennala and Radahn and Queen Marika is all this are new to him because he's heard about Queen King Consort, but likes of him was never bothered with what the greater gods were doing. Aragath realizes that he just has to stop being surprised at things because now that he's in the thick of all this political cosmic level debacle, he has to stop being surprised, and whether he likes it or not, he's part of it. He's heard about Rhea Lucaria, Liurnia, because he spoke to the sorcerer Thops, and Thops already divulged all this information onto him. Alright, Aragath leaves Gideon back to his books and off he goes to mind his own business with, what the hell, lady? Well, I don't remember her ever being here. Strange. I mean, it makes sense in terms of game's lore because she's adopted daughter of Gideon. Anyway, let's go speak to her. He recognizes the Lady Nephili and goes ahead to greet her. He gives his bow because, he's a big fan of Godfrey and she's part of the warrior clan.
You again. I thought you'd receive a summons to the round table. Nephili Lu. We met at Stormvale. I'm glad to see you here. I have something for you. I found it in Godric's grafting grounds. You were the one to defeat him, I would hazard. Make good use of it. I don't intend to make a habit of scavenging corpses.
Arsenal Charm.
Ah, yes. I wonder if you've met my foster father. He's in his study. The room Ensha's guarding just over there. If you haven't already, I advise you introduce yourself. Father is leader of the Round Table. I'm sure talking to him will be worth your while.
Aragath nods his head and he kind of says, I mean, I don't know how does he say with the wall of silence that he already talked, but he conveys the message
It's
somehow.
about time I headed off. I'll see you again, warrior, should the fates deign it.
Gives the lady one more bow and off he goes. I'm bowing so much to Nephili because Aragath is not simping. It's just that he just respects Nephili Lu. Had to be clear. As Aragath approaches the balcony, he sees a familiar face sitting right beneath Lord Godfrey's portrait.
Ah, we meet again after all.
But he doesn't look the same.
I apologize for any offense given by my bearing, but I'm quite unable to move, you see. So, what do you need?
Aragath looks at Roger and realizes something is not right. He doesn't seem to be the same enthusiastic individual that he met in the chapel in Stormvale Castle. So he looks at Roger and says, shows the arm and says, indicating that he's defeated Godric.
Ah, you defeated Godric and claimed yourself a great rune. Looks like we both got what we wanted out of Stormvale, didn't we? Well done, friend. Something to mark the occasion. Go on, take it.
Whoa, Roger's rapier. +8, that too. That's so cool.
As you might have guessed, I still can't move. My fighting days are behind me. No need to be polite. I've no use for it.
Aragath really wishes that he could break the vow of silence, but he's not going to break it till he meets Malenia and asks for her forgiveness if she remembers him or if she allows it, now that he knows all the demigods are up for picking. So he's not sure what's going to happen there, but he looks at Roger's leg, and Roger kind of takes the clue.
The misshapen corpse under Stormvale. That is a sacred relic of the Black Knives plot. as that famed night of assassination is known. It happened during the golden age of the Erd Tree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade, and on a bitter night, murdered Godwyn the Golden. That was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history, and it became the catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering. I once wished to become a scholar, you see. I've spent many an hour scouring the archives for knowledge of that fateful plot. The world has grown crooked, and if you intend to put it to rights, you'd better understand what happened to make it this way. And that thing is to blame for the shape I'm in now. I urge the utmost caution. Don't disturb the corpse more than necessary.
Aragath just got a lot of answers that he wanted. The Shattering, who the hell that is. He still doesn't know if it's Godwyn, but he understands now that because all these things happened after his death as a Tarnished. So that now the Shattering happened after his... Well, so since things happened after his death, naturally, he doesn't really know many of the things, and now he got the answer to most of them. Rune of Death, stolen from Malekith. Again, he doesn't know who Malekith is, but he, Rune of Death, he sounds serious. And like Roger said, if he is to become the Elden Lord, and this is something I have been saying, if he is to become the Elden Lord, then he better know all these things. A lot of information got unloaded to our man this episode.
Ah, so you've met Dee. Dee is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together for a time, bound by our exploration of death. But our paths have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends. Dee was telling me that he discovered the mark of the centipede. The centipede is an ancient symbol of the curse mark. As long as whoever finds and uses it is not nefarious by nature, then we may be able to form an alliance. If only I could speak to them in person. And if they were like you, all the better.
He takes his leave. A lot to think about.
Stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. You still see the guidance of grace.
Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith.
General Radahn, the famed Red Lion.
The great Will has long renounced the demi-god. Tarnished, show no mercy. Have their heads, take all they have left.
And on a bitter night, murdered Godwyn the Golden. That was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history.
I shall
And just like that, he's teleported to this place that he has no idea about, as usual with many things. Turns around to see... Holy shit. This fucking gargoyle. Turns around to see this giant structure guarding this place, and he's right behind it. And he kind of curses Dee in a way for putting him here. He doesn't want to disturb the giant structure. He just goes forward towards the gate to see what is this about, who Gurrang is. He has no memory of this place, never been to this place, he has no idea where he is. Bestial Sanctum. Aragath looks inside. He's not really scared, but at the same time, he takes out his weapon just in case. He notices there's a grace, so goes to light that first and sees a very weird figure that's quite imposing sitting right ahead. Well, let's just light the grace, and if things go awry, his training is gonna kick in. He carefully approaches the figure. Man, just the fact that I know it's Malekith. There's like me playing the game outside Aragath, it just feels so trippy. Anyway, Aragath doesn't know any of this, so let's just take him forward. Oh goodness. One of the most badass characters, that is Malekith. Gurrang too, but Malekith more so. And the Farah Mazula motives behind, just wow. Things make so much more sense. Anyway, Aragath stands in front of this imposing figure and he does exactly what he says. The figure doesn't seem to talk to him. He just takes out the dead tooth and kind of hands it over.
I smell it. Death. Feed it me. Tarnished. Bring more deaths. I shall grant thee eye and claw. Feed me more.
Whoa. Beast Eye. He hands another one.
More. I'm not sated. Feed me more death.
Bestial Sling. Alright, let's go read all this. It is said that in time before the Earth Tree stones were the first weapon of the beast who had gained intelligence. Go watch Smoketown's video if you want to know what that means, because I know exactly what that means now. Alright, he gets an option. He takes a step, slowly takes a step forward, and
Grant thee eye and claw. Feed me more.
Aragath comes back to meet Gurrang and finds Gurrang is no longer there. What the fuck? I have not seen this before. I can hear him scream. Oh, there he is. What the hell? I didn't know he gets out of the shrine gate or whatever that is. You know? Malekith gets out like this. I don't know. I've never seen him go anywhere. I don't know. Maybe we have. I don't have memory of these things. What the hell? He's just screaming there. What is he looking at? He's not looking at anything, but he's just screaming. I don't remember it at all. I've never seen him getting out of, like, even playing the first time, he attacks us eventually, but I've never seen him outside like this. That's the first time that I'm... Wow. Okay. That's amazing. Anyway. Aragath stands on top of a ruin to gain a vantage point to look at the mist-laden lands of Luiurnia, and also to gaze upon the Academy of Rare Lucaria, which he has seen several times but never visited, and that's something he's going to get to now. As he makes his way down the highway, he notices a grace and also a war memorial. So let's see what it is. This marks Melania's southward march. The blade of Mikola and her clear-wrought knights grant her wings never to be clipped. Aragath reads that and realizes not only is he in the path to become the Elden Lord, which was never his intention, but he's also going to find salvation when he finds Melania. Alright, let's press on forward. What the fuck is that? That machinery that's scattered around over here looks like an aftermath of a battlefield. And he has never seen anything like this. And there's a tower over there. It looks... Those are hanging vines. From here it looks like it spells out something. Of course, it's just a coincidence. It doesn't spell out anything. It's just the way they have placed it. Looks like graffiti. And there seems to be some sort of skirmish going on over there. So let's see if we can lend a hand as usual. They seem to be fighting spirits that don't seem to stay down. Aragath decides it's best not to intervene and let them duke it out, while he'll go ahead, collect whatever is necessary to be collected. Oh, this seems to be carrion. This seems to be a carrion troll. Aragath makes his way out of there very quickly and watches it from afar. He concludes that that's a carrion troll because what it's wearing. Only carrions had loyal trolls, unlike Golden Order who use them as slaves. Aragath sneakily makes his way up the lookout tower and notices a strange figure standing atop it. Of course, a sorcerer, he knows that by one glance, but he's never seen that headpiece that they're wearing. Doesn't seem friendly, so he's gonna take this person out. Carrion glint blade staff. Let's see what that is. I need 22 intelligence. As Aragath explores the land and studies the battlefield, he comes upon this weird contraption with a face. And he's never seen anything like this in his time. He's seen many instruments of war, but this is something new to him. He's heard of a very weird cult far away up north in the mountains where he hasn't been, but he's not entirely sure what this is about and where did they come from. You see them scattered all over the place. It seems like the Carrion Royals, whoever attacked them, seem to have pushed them back. Aragath reaches another ruin and he sees another gate and decides to see where it would take him. It looks like the gate landed Aragath right in front of the gate to the academy itself. He wasn't expecting that. There's no way we can get inside because, like Thorpe said, the gate is sealed with carrion magic, and the only way to get inside is to find the key. But he likes the grace nonetheless. Meeting place map. Simple map found on a corpse seems to point to a meeting place. The man it came from surely desired one. Sole means of gaining entry to the academy, a Glintstone Key. So Aragath has a map of the place, but he needs to get the map first to clear the fog to understand what's going on over here. Aragath stands staring at the sealed gate and contemplates what to do next. As Aragath explores the southeast of Lake of Liurnia, he comes across another Everjail, and he decides to go take a peek as to who is inside. Malefactors Everjail. Let's have a look. I don't think I have it in me to defeat whoever this is, but we never know. Ooh. Adan, the thief of fire. Oh Jesus, it's running towards me with that giant ball. And dude, stop using that shit. Oh, even they heal? What the fuck? I didn't even know they're allowed to heal in Everjail. Adan? Yeah, I think we can do this. Shit. Adan, the thief of first fire, what did you steal? And Aragath quickly disposes of Adan. And he wants to know, what did he steal? Flame of the fell god. Don't tell me you stole that. Let me go read. Oh, Aragath goes inside the Everjail and quickly takes care of Adan, the thief of first fire. He don't know why. He doesn't know why he did it. It's just his training kicked in when that dude attacked him. Let's see. This legendary incantation is one of several that draws directly from the power of fire giants. Argathi, the chief guardian of the flame, had kept this incantation a well-kept secret until it was stolen by Adan. The fell god still lurks within the fire giants. So anyway, so we all know that the fire giants is the mortal enemy of the earth tree. And after the fire giants were defeated by Godfrey or Radahn, I'm not sure by whom. After the war was done, the Golden Order entrusted these to a certain group of tribes or people who took care of the flame and kept it safe from everyone else, sort of like a guardian monk. And they would keep this flame inside them and worship the fire giants, but not to use them, but to rather keep it suppressed or hidden. And they were powerful enough so that they would hide these incantations that would otherwise hurt the earth tree. And Adan seems to have stolen that, which is a big crime, and that's why he's locked up. I don't know how did they find him, but they found him and locked him up with this. Aragath makes his way through the mist-laden land and comes across this ruin that he sort of recognizes vaguely. This used to be Luskia ruins, and he has come here once before when it was in its glory, in its prime days. And it's kind of sad to see that everything is ruined and overtaken by wraiths. He clears them really quickly and just walks around just him and Torin walks around, taking in whatever is remaining of the old times that he remembers. As Aragath explores this flooded place, he notices something that he's familiar with. Albinaurics. Albinaurics is someone whom Aragath always had a soft spot for. They always seemed to be kind and welcomed him whenever he encountered them. But right now, with all the shattering and everything that's going on, he feels like they might not remember him and they might not be as friendly. Yep, his suspicion was right. They don't really remember him as such. And he doesn't want to kill them. It is also said that Al-Albinuric is the one who whispered when Aragath's blade was found by scavengers and scattered somewhere. It's an Albinuric who came and whispered the whereabouts of his twin blade. Alright, found another grace. We're gonna take a small break and come back a little later. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, welcome back. Just where we left off. After a small break. Now, there is so much to do in Lurinia of the Lakes. Sorry about the time length. It's going to be probably the longest episode, I guess, compared to all the other episodes released before. So, there's that. So as I was saying before the break, Aragath will try not to kill Albinurics because he has a very soft spot for them, and now that he knows that the ring was shattered and things that occurred in lands between, he knows that it's not their fault whatever is going on. Just like him, everyone is just doing their best to stay in relevance or stay where they are. So yeah, he's not going to attack Albinurics if he doesn't have to. So let's continue exploring Lake of Luiurnia, or Luiurnia of the Lakes. I keep calling it Lake of Luiurnia while it's Luiurnia of the Lakes. So while exploring, Aragath comes across this small pool and he sees that the roots that he saw in Castle Stormvale, the visage that he saw, that he isn't really sure of what it is, that has made its way up here as well. Not only made its way up here, but it has imprinted itself upon these crabs. God damn it, that looks so fucking creepy. Aragath finds that same visage that he saw in Stormvale Castle right upon these animals, spreading like a curse. As Aragath explores the place, he comes across another Tibia Mariner. And just to be safe, Aragath decides it's best to take care of it. Since I hadn't recorded the other Tibia Mariner, I'm gonna record this one. Oh, move away. God damn. That's it. Kill your own summons. He doesn't really hate them as much as Dee does, because he understands that it is not their fault that they are waking up from the call of the dead. He himself woke up due to Grace's intervention. So Aragath doesn't really begrudge them, but he also understands the importance to take care of small pockets like this. Least it becomes a problem eventually and spread, just like it spread to the crabs. So again, in his exploration, he notices grace below and wonders how on earth does one get down there. It's so well hidden from everything else and so up high that if he drops down, obviously he's gonna fall to his death. He ponders. And Aragath also finds the entrance to the tower, to this one, and it's completely elsewhere from where he thought it would be, but it looks like he might be able to reach it, so he's gonna go there a little later. He doesn't know what he will find there, or where he would like to visit. The thing with the man is, before he wouldn't go to places, and now life has given him new reasons. He's taking it. He's gonna go places where he didn't go. He doesn't really care about death. Not that a warrior or assassin like him cared about death as much, because they knew death would come to them any time. which it did in the form of Melodigne. And Aragath finds a platform to jump down. This is going to be tricky. Torrent, you ready? Okay, my friend, we did... Whoa, no, 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 no. Torrent, don't do that. What the fuck? Okay, you go. I'm gonna go myself. Okay, there we go. This village is well hidden. Whoever hid it, Jarburg. And before getting down, as usual, Aragath surveys the land just to see if there are anything that's a big threat he needs to first focus on. And he doesn't know that if these jars are friendly or not, because in Castle Stormvale they did attack him. So he's going to be cautious as he goes down. All right, let's go. He lands. Looks like a very peaceful, calm village. He's going to approach this seemingly friendly looking jars over here and see if he can talk to them. Doesn't look like they're ignoring him, so that's a good sign. And Aragath goes towards the jar, the one that is not dancing. And he seems to
Cos.
talk to him.
What are you doing here? I didn't think anyone knew about this place. Except us jars. Ah. Are you going to be the new potentate?
He doesn't know what potentate means, so he assumes that, you know, Elden Lord or something, so he nods his head.
Gosh. Truly. That's wonderful news. It's not easy being potentate, though. I know. Show me your hands. It's just a little test, cuz. To see if you've got the right stuff. Your skin isn't so smooth, is it? You need slick, slidey hands to be potentate, you know? I'm sorry, cuz. But I don't think you've got what it takes. What a shame.
Aragath is taken aback by that.
Don't look so glum, cuz. We can still chat. Potentate or not, come back and visit me. When you can.
He likes this village. So peaceful and nice with these jars. But it always turns his stomach knowing what is inside that jar. He's not going to turn his back and spend a night here though. At least he gets consumed by these guys. Obviously they only consume dead warriors. It's still not worth taking the risk of spending night here. As usual, survey the land before going in. He sees an encampment up ahead in the north, but he's not going to approach it directly. And there's a grace a little away. So let's go to the grace first and then approach this encampment. Alright, he decides to approach the encampment, but then he notices something that he has no fond memory of. And there is some sort of convoy going on. So he goes behind them, again surveys. They seem to have thorns on their head. He decides it's best to approach from behind just to see who these people are. They have blindfolds and attack with fire. The encampment seems to be protected pretty well, so a head-on fight is probably suicide. So he's gonna take out enemies one by one. Just like that. Okay, these guys is someone he hasn't met in any of his exploration before. And they seem to harness They seems to harness the flames. And they seem to harness the flame of ruin. Aragath, have to be careful. They have some sort of visage on their chest that he hasn't seen before. Since he fought Adan, he kind of makes a quick connection, even though he's not really learned as a scholar. He's still pretty street smart if he had to survive. Looking at how the encampment looks and taking a quick look, studying the encampment, Aragath realizes that these are the keepers of the ruinous flame. Again, piecing 2 and 2 together from Adan's fight and what he received from Adan, and as well as seeing the fire chariot over there. This has to be the fire keepers. Fire spur me. As Aragath stares into the flame, the flame, something compels him to do this. He immediately stops the nonsense and continues forward. Yep, he's pieced it together. I think he's pretty sure what these are. He's never seen them, never came across them because the Golden Order had their way of hiding them. But now, since everything is ripe for picking, to each their own, he realizes that they might have come down. Okay, with Torrent it's a little... Finally. Took down the fire chariot. As Aragath approaches this ruined building, he notices an unusual dog to the left. So far the dogs have not attacked him, so he approaches, and this guy has a hat on him, so, you know, he's pretty confident that this is not an enemy.
You're tarnished, aren't you?
And it speaks.
I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows?
He kind of knows because from a character's perspective, he obviously knows, since he's of this land. He knows about King Consort, even though he's not seen Marika, Radahn and everything, so he knows. But we have to go with whatever the game gives us. And what are you talking about the story state? This looks beautiful. Yeah, well, Aragath shakes his head, but the tortoise over there the dog is a bit dull-witted. Not dull-witted, I don't want to call Miriel dull-witted. He's a bit old, he doesn't understand the head shake. Aragath gives the head shake in this way. He doesn't know whether he's saying yes or no, so
well,
he takes it for no.
Shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear.
Ain't that the truth?
At the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erd Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial
the
bond
Renala.
between red-haired Radahn and Renala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erd Tree of the capital and the Academy of Rea Lucaria.
Holds the view of both the Erd Tree and the Academy of Rea Lucaria. Yeah, that's right. That's beautiful, Miriel. Aragath looks around and comes back to him.
Was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
Aragath shows a painting of Radahn to Miriel.
You wish to know more of Lord Radahn? Lord Radahn was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Rennala in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carian queen. However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radahn left Rennala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radahn would cast Lady Rennala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
This sentence, or this whole lore, kind of encompasses so many different aspects of intertwining politics and aspirations and stuff that goes around in in the story of this game. Radahn attacked Carian just like they were attacking everybody else. The Golden Order imposing their rules. Carian Manor obviously being what they are. Fought back, kicked their asses, or they kind of met a stalemate, I believe. And then they decided that the best way to do is the easier way, get married, which they did. And then obviously the fact that we know that Radahn and Marika are the same people, or at least a part of each other. So yeah, there is that. And Rennala. So anyway, coming back to Aragath. So Aragath doesn't know that Aragath doesn't know about the whole political connection. He just knows about King Consort because he's heard, his peers talk about it. But apart from that, he doesn't know much about it. He obviously has heard about the battle. He's obviously heard about Rennala, but he's never really come across anything significantly this powerful ever in his life. So yeah, he continues to ask about Radahn. Let's see if there's a different dialogue. I don't think so.
It's said that Lord Radahn harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radahnn's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radahnn's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
Which we know what it is, but Aragath is curious and equally confused, but he just lets it go. And then since he took the picture of Rennala from Gideon, he's gonna picture to Miriel.
You wish to know more of Lady Rennala? She is queen, head of the Carian royal family, and governor of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radahn left her, and then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library. In the end, Lady Rennala was left alone, cradling the amber egg Lord Radahn bequeathed her. Now she devotes herself to it through forbidden rite, the grim art of reincarnation. You would do well to remember, severing a vow, strongest of bonds, has consequences ever more dire.
Aragath takes that to heart. Okay, so with that lore aside, things are making more sense to Aragath now. And then since Miriel is here and he's a talking tortoise, he decides to show the scroll that he gathered.
Oh, what have we here? Very well, let us both learn together. Heresy is not native to the world. It is but a contrivance. All things can be conjoined.
You can gather so many messages from that. O accursed ones, I have failed thee. I questioned not, but merely obeyed. While I sought no riches, my blade spoke ere I heeded reason. How might I repay thee? How can a sinner like me tread the path to become Elden Lord? Why am I granted the guidance of grace? Oh, accursed ones, forgive me if thou canst.
Understanding and making peace with oneself is redemption enough tarnished. Even the gods falter in their titles. Go forth now, for that which you have been called. Go forth tarnished, grace given.
So Aragath keeps exploring near the Church of Vows, and he hears this thundering sound and decides to investigate. As usual, his curiosity always gets better of him. It's just the nature of the man. He loves exploring, traveling around, and keeping his head low. Again, his training. He slowly approaches the edge of the canyon and comes upon a sight I'd completely forgotten because of his amnesia. He has seen these Walking Colosseum before. They were there during his time. Him and his kin would watch these Colosseum without approaching them because they were always heavily guarded. They were not allowed to go near it. Getting tipsy, watching this thing move around because it always impressed him, and the sight impresses him even now. And now that things have gone awry, and even the demigods and gods are for picking, Aragath is definitely going to approach this thing. He can't wait to explore and find out what it is. He knows it's a mausoleum. Of what, he doesn't know. Aragath gets mesmerized by the Colosseum, continues to survey. What the What? What? They're sniping from all the way. Jeez. Oh, hold on. God, that startled me. Fuck you. And thus, exploring, Aragath reaches a tower that he was meaning to go. It doesn't seem to be heavily guarded, which is nice. There's some wolves and a few mindless nobles. So let's make quick work of them and enter the place. And he's just absolutely mesmerized by these blue glowing flowers that showed up as he reached the entrance of the tower. Okay, he bids Torrent goodbye and decides to enter the place. Looks up. Coast looks clear. Carry and study hall. Okay, there's a spirit. Let's speak to it. O celestial globe, transmit to posterity the wisdom of the moon and stars, and obscure forever the transgression of the princess. Whom are you talking about? Are you talking about Rani or are you talking about Ranala? So after lighting the grace, he just takes a moment to look around. Because after Stormvale Castle, which was in ruins and decay, this, even though is in ruin, still looks a little more immaculate, a little more regal. And he's never been to such place. Likes of him would have never been called to attend any such events or be anywhere close to this place. He probably would be standing out guarding the entrance. Something fits on this pedestal. He decides to approach with caution. Okay, there seems to be an elevator. Simple. So far, so good. He slowly makes his way into the grand hall and just stops stupefied at the grand chandelier hanging up there and the immaculate architecture, books and candles. It just It just looks like a paradise for someone like him. And since nobody attacked him so far, and no threat seems to be around, Aragath takes a few steps forward towards the table ahead of him. He looks at the contraptions and instruments on the table, and it has no meaning to him. He knows how to read and write, definitely, but he's not someone who would be intelligent. Alright, So, breaking it down from a D&D perspective, he would be more of a rogue assassin character with a little bit of charisma thrown here and there. So in terms of his intelligence, it would be really low, but his wisdom would be slightly higher because he can perceive the world, he can react to things with common sense, but he's not intelligent enough to understand a tomb or to understand magic, for instance. So that would be something that's difficult for him. However, wisdom is something that he has because he could put two and two together when it came to the encampment with the ruinous flame guys. So yeah, dude is wise, but he's not intelligent. Alright. Aragath is completely mesmerized by these moldy books on the shelf. He's never seen these many books in one place ever in his life, before or even now. He looks at all the study and scrolls and thinks to himself, like, did people really stay in one place and study for this long instead of exploring the world out there as he would do? Oh boy. That caught him off guard. Holy shit. He runs away for now. So he's not alone. That was an ambush. Oh Jesus. The magic hit him like a punch from a rune bear. There is a powerful sorcerer in here, and he doesn't know if he can mess with him. Aragath is a little pissed that he walked right into the ambush. He was careful all this while, and then this sorcerer, man of books and libraries, managed to catch him off guard. Perceptor Miriam. This foe is not as easy as it looks. He decides he's gonna make his prey bleed. Why does he run away? No! He follows his prey all the way up here. That craven. Got him. I'm sorry, Bookman, but that was annoying. He just hopes there are no more ambushes, and while engaged in the skirmish with the man, he doesn't realize where he ended up. He's on the top floor, right above the chandeliers. And even though the memory of this place is bad with the ambush, he is still absolutely mesmerized by the place. He stops to read a few scrolls here and there, but it makes no sense to him. Just gobbledygook. Oh boy. Not more of you specters. He doesn't realize the passage of time, and he assumes that he spent a lot longer than necessary over here. There's nothing of value to him. But before heading out, he looks at the scroll and somehow the words make sense to him. Said to have been taught by Crystallians to mark the swearing of an old concord. He stands around a little longer, admiring the ornamentation of the place, and then makes his way out. Again, as Aragath explores, he comes across a hut. So far not hostile like everybody else.
What are you looking at? You trying to start something, mate?
One glance, Aragath gets to know that this guy is probably a criminal or some kind of low-level thug.
What the hell is wrong with you?
But he just
You trying
stands
to
there.
start something? Piss off before I crack you in half.
You don't know whom you're talking to, brother.
What the hell is wrong with you? You trying to start something? Piss off.
Well, it's not fear, but Aragath decides that it's not worth picking up a fight with the likes of him. And he finally comes across a place that he thinks is where the meeting place was marked on the map. But as usual, when surveying ahead, he sees something that he did not expect. A bloody dragon. And it's sleeping, so Aragath will try and sneak in and see if there is a key nearby. Hopefully not waking up the dragon and drawing its ire. Slow. He gets close. Alright, that's the head. Oh, stop. Pretend that never happened. Going to activate the Stake of America. That's not Stake of America. What the fuck? That's a wooden log? Oh my god, are you serious? That shape like Stake of America. What the fuck? Oh, I got trolled. Anyway, Aragath slowly makes his way. Yep, this is definitely the place. And that thing wakes up. Torrent, let's go. He got what he wanted. And the dragon did not see him. Which is a plus. Which is good. He realizes that the dragon is blind.
Hello? Hello? Please. Over here.
That scared the shit out of me. Every time these NPCs call out when you're least expecting, you fucking get scared.
Hello? Hello? Right over here.
While Aragath was in search for the key, he chances upon this maiden who calls out to him. A sickly, pale-looking maiden hunched over. Safe inside the structure for now.
Hello. It's rather chilly here, isn't it? My mistress sent me off on an errand, but I was accosted by a ruffian. And now I'm in a bind. Could I ask you lend a hand? Perhaps. That thug made off with a precious necklace. I need someone to retrieve it. Only, he too is tarnished. If you've any qualms confronting your own, I shall find another.
Well, if it was in his mercenary days, Aragath wouldn't have taken an errand like this. Well, he didn't have to waste his time on civilian problems, but now, with everything going on, with how less the sane people remain, he listens to her.
Oh, thank you dearly. What a blessing that we've met like this. The thug should be resting at an abandoned home down the way. Please, I must have the necklace back. The thug should be resting, please.
I know exactly whom you're talking about. So before I go confront Bogart over there, when I first played Elden Ring, then I took the necklace, was heading back to Raya. A death bird showed up, and I thought Raya tricked me into getting the necklace. And as I reached her, she kind of transformed into death bird, is what I thought, which was obviously wrong, but yeah, it kind of caught me off guard. Aragath goes and puts his hand out.
What the hell is wrong with you? You trying to start something? Piss off before I crack you in half. Ah, that necklace what you're after, is it? Well, show me what it's worth to you, and I'll consider parting ways with it. I'm not in love with it or nothing. You're a shrewd one, Chief. First, you hand me the runes. And don't try nothing, neither.
Now, Aragath would have killed this man before he could speak another word in his past life, but now, like I said again with Ra, he's going to take it a little chill. Well, other than that, for the gameplay reasons, I need to buy the prawns and crabs from him. Features relief of a dignified looking woman from a foreign country.
All right. Take it. Thing's no damn use to anyone anyway. Your bloody idea, mate. Don't come crying to me later. Oh, piss off. What is it now? Oh, I see. You want some of me prawn? Freshly cooked it is. All right then. It's yours. If you can meet me price. I could be persuaded to sell you some other bits too. If you've got the runes.
That's the only reason you're alive.
Oh. So you met the girl, did you? All right, well, sod the particulars of the matter. But it ain't my fault she's stupid enough to get duped, is it? Anyway, she ain't all right, that one. Lucky she ain't died on the bloody roadside, I reckon.
Purchase. Yeah, I'm going to take all of it, as much as possible. Dog, okay.
You're tarnished too, ain't you? Can you see it then? The guidance of grace, I mean. Nobody said why some no-name shithead like me should get called to the lands between. Cruel bloody joke, you ask me. Maybe something went tits with it. Maybe it's been broke for a good long time. The Earth Tree, I'm saying.
Dude, that was so cool. That's Aragath's story. That's literally what Aragath was thinking all this while. This guy just said it out loud in the game. So 6 episodes in, we get a confirmation we do have another person like us. It's just that he doesn't see the guidance of the grace. Aragath sees the guidance of the grace. So that's pretty cool that he said that. It's the same reason. I mean, most of them don't see. We see it. So there is that. It is absolutely amazing. Well, I'm happy my role-playing is working. Because Lands Between seems to have people who have similar mindset of Aragath. Like, why are we called back? It doesn't make any sense anyway. Cool. Talk to you later, mate.
Never met someone with a taste for prawn I couldn't trust. We'd make good mates, I reckon. I'll be seeing you.
Alright, mate. Whether you asked me whether I can see the guidance of the grace, let me show you something else that I have that you don't. Exactly. Not that NPC cares, but I wish people would react to Torrent. Here you go.
The thug should be resting at an abandoned lease. Oh yes. That is my missing necklace. Thank you kindly. I am in your debt.
It's okay.
Did I forget to announce myself? I am Raya, in the service of Lady Tanith of the Volcano Manor. I seek stalwart tarnished, who might join our house. You are very brave yourself. Not only a steady hand, but a steady heart. Merciless, even to your own kind. Such strength is precisely what my mistress seeks. Please, take this.
Volcano Manor invitation. Well, what made you think that I killed the man?
Brave tarnished. Seek the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. Most tarnished are doomed to wander the outskirts of the lands between, peering wistfully at the towering Erd Tree. But you are no ordinary tarnished. And once that is proven, the Volcano Manor will fully extend its invitation to fight amongst a family of champions.
Aragath listens to all this. The vow of silence helps him because he doesn't betray his facial expressions. Well, not much can be seen through this call anyway. But the fact that Gideon has already told him that he needs to seek out Volcano Manor and Writer Rykard is there for us to go and do what we do.
Oh, and one more thing. Only for you. This land of Luiurnia is connected to the Altus Plateau by the Grand Lift of Dectus.
I have the half
beyond
medallion.
The high road, but the lift has been defunct for an age, meaning there's no simple means of passage. Instead, you must seek the old ruins in the cliff. At the base of the valley, near the Grand Lift, there's an old tunnel. It was excavated from both ends, linking Luiurnia to the Altus Plateau. I have faith in you. A champion through and through.
Which is
I
a
do
tunnel?
hope that we can meet again.
Alright, Aragath bids his farewell to the lady. Even though a mercenary and a hired knife, he's still a gentleman, so he bids his farewell and decides to go on his way since he got the key to the academy. But before that, he's going to use the telescope. He takes a good look at the academy on the cliff top. One thing about Aragath, even though he's a man who lives by the rod, as a ranger, as a rogue, as an assassin, he still had an allure to things that he didn't know. Like, for example, the mausoleum. He wanted to know what is inside there. Now he wants to know what is there. So he's always curious about everything. So even though he's not learned, he wasn't just a hired thug. He was a little more than that. He was curious. He wanted to know about things. This telescope is rather helpful. Aragath looks around, sees Stormvale Castle up ahead in southeast, and again that place over on the cliff top, he has no idea what it is. Drag has no idea what that is, and I think we've been to this Everjail. That's where Adan was. Not sure what this place was all about. I don't know if I explored this side. Oh yeah, that was filled with those vulgar militia, and then there is nothing over here. So you have to go there as well. That's a mission that's going to be very personal towards Aragath because he, like I said, he has a very soft corner towards Albinauric. He spent a lot of time with him. That's the lore I'm going with. The minor her tree avatar that we need to take care of. Right, he's going to come out of this. And how does this thing even work? How do you see all that from that view? Anyway, so since I have the Glintstone Key, I just want to see what happens if you offer it to Thops, because the other Glintstone Key is inside the academy as far as I'm aware. I have never tried this. I'm curious. I'm sure if we end up giving it to Thops, then there will be some other way to enter the academy, or maybe he opens the gate first and then we enter inside, I guess. We'll see.
Back to learn another? Why, of course.
Give the
so
academy...
you found yourself a Glintstone Key.
Yep.
But I certainly can't take it from you.
Huh?
That key belongs to you. By rights, you should use it for yourself. It's true. I wish to return to my place of study, but that's no excuse to impose upon others. Ugh.
Is this why Bloodstones always finish last?
Oh my, this guy is so innocent. Hey man, high five for that. Thanks for not taking the key. It's going to be a fun time for Aragath to explore the Carrion sorcery, incantations, sorcerers and stuff, because man, this guy has never seen any of these things. He was impressed by the Carrion Tower where he fought the sorcerer, so this is going to be something else altogether. And just like that, Aragath enters the Academy of Rea Lucaria. Okay, before going ahead, there is a bit of an unfinished business here that I'm aware of, so I'm gonna take care of that.
Wretched worms, leave me be. Oh, it's you. Thanks for your help there. That bloody finger was a thorn in my side. And now I'm finally rid of him. Here's a token of thanks. Please, take it. I may not have much time. I'm dying to see you. Eleonora. Violet Bloody Finger. Yes, I've been tracking Eleonora for quite some time. She is the deadliest of all Bloody Fingers. She's felled many an old hand already, but in spite of her cessblood zealotry, Eleonora is a proud knight. If she comes for you, do not think twice. You must flee. There is no shame in self-preservation. Be on your way. Perhaps we will meet again, if fate permits.
Alright everyone, the episode has gotten quite long and I don't think I can make it to Wolf of Radahn and Rennala in time in this episode. I mean, Lurinia of Lake is so huge with so many things going on, and every time I do something I want to put that and slot it into Aragath's story, and it's so hard not to do it because there's so many interesting things going on. So because of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here, and the next episode for sure I think we will beat Rennala and Wolf of Radahn. I don't think the academy is that big, even with the rooftop exploration and everything, so it should be fairly quick. Hopefully Rennala's boss fight is not that difficult. Well, Radagon's Wolf also probably might be difficult, who knows. I'm level 38 right now, so it should be okay. Anyway, alright, with that, let's close episode 6 part 1. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it if you did watch all the way through. Thank you for your time. Well, if you did find it entertaining, please do leave a like and subscribe and all that. Thank you again. See you in the next one. Peace.